Fall and winter are known for comfort foods, and nothing screams comfort food like creamy scalloped potatoes. But today we are not only making scalloped potatoes, they're gonna be low carb and keto friendly. So in order for us to make this recipe low carb, we obviously need a potato substitute because potatoes are really, really high in carbs. And as much as I love potatoes, if I'm trying to stay low carb, then we need a substitute. And today we are actually using a turnip. So you guys see that I use turnips a lot as potato substitutes because I honestly feel like it is the closest thing to the real deal, I'm telling you. So what we're gonna do is actually use this little gadget here, which is kind of like a, what's it called? Mandolin slicer? But here we go, we're gonna give this a shot. Dang, woo! Okay, I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So, moving on to our recipe. This is what these are a little thicker, okay? These are a little thicker, but if you want them thinner, you just adjust the blades. So now that our scallops are sliced, or our potatoes, or our potatoes, what do we call these? Okay, we're just gonna refer to our turnips as potatoes because if you are not using turnips, you would make this recipe as is, except you would use potatoes. So even if your family is not low carb, you can make yourself, you can like, basically you're gonna make the sauce and then have your potatoes and then your turnips, and then you can throw them both into the oven and you have your regular version and your low carb version. So I'm just saying, you can do that. We can do that. We're gonna set this aside and we're gonna get started on our sauce. We're about to make our cheese sauce. We already have our heavy cream because this is creamy. This is decadent. This is just everything in life. So we're gonna start off with our almond milk. It's hot. It is hot. It's ready to go. That's what that means. Then we have our heavy cream, nice and thick, heavy cream. This is just heavy whipping cream. Okay, so for our seasonings, we have a little paprika, a little garlic powder, onion powder, and then we do have some xanthan gum. The xanthan gum is gonna help thicken it. If you don't wanna use it, you can also use some gelatin, maybe even like a little tapioca flour, but I'm used to using the xanthan gum. It doesn't mess with my tummy, so I am gonna go ahead and add it. And then we're gonna do a little pepper. Okay, and now we're just gonna give everything a good mix. We're gonna definitely lower this because this baby is hot. It's boiling. All right, guys, so we're giving this a good mix. We are gonna toss in our cheeses. I want you guys to just pay attention to this sauce because it is gonna get nice and thick. So for our cheeses, I'm using a sharp cheddar. I'm just gonna pour that in. And then we have our Parm. So I'm just gonna stir consistently just because I don't want my sauce to, just to kind of stick to the pan. But it is already getting nice and thick. I want you to take a look at this consistency. It's almost looking like nacho cheese. Look at how easy this is. You grate your potatoes, make your quick cheese sauce, and now we're just gonna assemble. So I'm gonna show you how to assemble it, and then we're getting it right into the oven. Okay, so the first layer is a tiny bit of cheese sauce. And just gonna kind of coat the bottom. Okay, so now that we put a nice thin layer of sauce on our pan, we're gonna go ahead and layer potatoes and do sauce, and then I'm gonna show you how we're gonna finish this off. So we're literally just gonna pour the sauce right over everything. And now the final step is just topping it with more cheese. Now this is obviously completely optional, but most scalloped potatoes are topped with cheese. Now just make sure that your oven is preheated to 375 degrees. You don't wanna go through all this and then have to wait for your oven to preheat. You're gonna get this in for about 30 to 35 minutes, but stay tuned so you can see how this looks when it comes out. Guys, mind blowing. Now, I wanna give Seed a special thank you for sponsoring this part of the video. This is how I'm able to continue making recipes and putting out content for you guys. Now, I don't know if you know this, but 70% of our immune system lives in our gut. Now, if you have issues with migraines, hair, skin, you're not regular, TMI, but you're not regular on a daily basis, you have inflammation, bloating after you eat, all of that stems from your gut health. So I've been taking seed now for over a year. They actually make the first, it's a one of its kind, it's a DS1 symbiotic, which is a probiotic and prebiotic in one. So there's actually a capsule in here that has both. It makes it all the way down into your colon, feeds all the little gut bacteria that needs to be fed down there. I just take 2 a day, and this has really helped in my gut health journey to support my bloating and inflammation. So if you don't have a probiotic and prebiotic that you're absolutely obsessed with, I'm gonna go ahead and leave these linked in the description below. I do have a discount code, which is lowcarblove. It gets you 15% off. Go check them out. I'm telling you, read the reviews. You will see why these are always sold out. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these now, and then we're gonna go ahead and check on our scalloped potatoes because guys, I'm telling you, you have to make them this holiday. Okay, now let's go ahead and check these out. Ooh, wow. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and check if this is done. Ooh, it's almost there. It is, so what we're looking for is for our fork to just slide right in just like it would for a potato, and it still needs a little bit more time. So let's go ahead and get this back into the oven for about another 10 minutes. We'll be back to check it. All right, guys, so look at these little beauties. They turned out so perfect, nice and cheesy now. We're just gonna go in to double check on that texture and make sure that it resembles that potato texture that we look for in scalloped potatoes. So, want a little bit of cheese. I tell you, when it comes to scalloped potatoes, we have no dairy intolerance, guys, none of that. All right, a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. Cheers, guys. Wow. The turnip is literally the perfect potato substitute. You can't even tell the difference. Like if you made this and took it to a party, no one would even know. No one would even know you're serving them turnips instead of potatoes. It was so good. Cheesy, decadent. The fact that you're able to have like one of your favorite comfort foods and just make it like a healthier alternative is like a super win. You have this for Thanksgiving, Christmas, on, you know, just like a special dinner night on a weekend. Guys, I'm telling you, go make it, go make it. You're gonna be absolutely obsessed with it. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the recipe in the description below. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button, go show me some love, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to share not only this recipe, but the channel with your friends and family that are living a low carb lifestyle or that you know are just looking for healthier alternatives to their favorite foods. Guys, thanks so much for being here. I love you, and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah.